Hello there and welcome back. In this video we are going to see how the previously created demo crate, library crate in Rust can be published to the crates.io. So to do this, what I am going to do is to create a new repository, and this is called Reaper Demo Crate. And this is just a demo crate. Let's create the repository. And here, before we do anything with the code on my local machine, we have to go to the settings under secrets and variables, actions, and create a new secret. This is going to be the crate token. And you have to register an account to the crates.io, and under the account settings, you have to create a new API token, and we are going to regenerate this token and basically copy it. And once this is done, we are going to paste it. So this is going to be needed for the GitHub workflow. And here comes the fun part. Let's tie together our local repository. And we are going to have to init the Git repository, add the remote, and edit the git ignore file. And this is going to have the target and the cargo.log. And now we can use the git add, git commit, initialized, and then git push -u origin master, main. This is partly done. So if I go back to my repository, now everything is on GitHub. And we will have to define a couple of workflows. So for example, here under the actions, we go to set up the workflow yourself. And basically, I have hiccups. We want to create a workflow which is called test. So first, before we do anything, we want to make sure that this is testing the code. After the testing is complete, we are going to have to try to build it, and once the build is completed, we can publish it. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. So the workflow dispatch means that you want to a manual trigger to your workflow. And apart from that, I want to have a push based on the branches main. So any push to the main branch should trigger the test workflow. So this is going to be called test.yaml. And this condition is not needed here. So we are going to use the checkout and then run the cargo test verbose. And once this is done, we can commit the changes. And under the actions, we are going to see that the test has started. So once this workflow completes, we can create the build workflow. The idea is to chain together these workflows so they are running one after another automatically. There are different approaches you could do this, but for us, this is kind of okay. So test okay, passed, everything is green. Now, one thing that I like to do when I am working with my workflows is that after a workflow has run, I like to create or update the status badge. So here you can see test passing, just copy paste it, and under the code, readme, edit, and this is the place to paste it, commit the changes. And basically, now, every time a workflow runs, it is going to retrieve the latest status for the workflow run. Now the test is running again, so let's implement the build. How do we build a Rust crate? We basically use the cargo build with the dash lib argument. So this is going to be the build YAML, and under the build YAML, we are going to have a different version of the test YAML. So this is going to be called build. We want to enable workflow dispatch, and it should run after the test workflow has completed. And basically, the rest is going to be the same, apart from the fact that this is going to be the build and dash lib argument. So run build, and we should be okay. So commit the changes, and yeah, now what we have here is the test workflow running, and after the test completes, we should see that the build automatically triggers. Hopefully. So if I go back here and give it a couple of seconds, it should have the test running, or rather the build. Yes, the build is now running, and voila. Good. So the build seems to have completed as well. Oh, and one thing that I forgot to rewrite in the workflows, that's why we saw test, is the name of the job. So this is supposed to be build. And yeah. The next one that I want to do is the upload. So in order for the upload or the publish to work, we have to do a little bit of extra things. So under the workflows, we are going to create the publish.yaml, and the publish.yaml should trigger the process after the build was completed. Let's remove the comment, and here is the fun part. We are going to try to rebuild it and then use the publish. So this is why we needed the API token, because we are going to log into Cargo and then publish it. Let's commit the changes. And one thing that I also want to add is that we have the build, and grab the status badge, go to the code and edit the README. The build is there. Good. And for the publish to be successful, we have some additional information that we will have to add to the cargo file. So the build process is going to break if you do not provide a description. We are going to see from the action logs. And basically this is just a demo crate and upload for crates.io. And we can also create the repository link. And this repository link is going to come from the URL of the Git repository. Let's clean up the additional information. And what we also want to do is to provide this documentation. So every crate that you publish is going to have its documentation generated and published on the docs.rs. And the way the URL is going to be is that we will have the https docs.rs/ and then the name, so Reaper demo crate, and the version 0.1.0 and another Reaper demo crate. And this should take care of the build itself. So if I check now the actions, you can see that the publish has failed. And the publish has failed if you check the logs because it was recently deleted. So, yeah. So yesterday it is going to be available 1 day from now. So, all right, then I am going to modify this and let's call the package Reaper Py demo crate and commit the changes. And also we will have to adjust the code as well. Under the tests, this is going to need to be adjusted. Reaper Py demo crate, commit it, and the SRC. Under the API mod rs, we don't have to modify it. The API.rs is also good. Let's see the CLI. The mod.rs is also good. The CLI.rs is also good. And the lib.rs is also good. So technically we have now the build running. And cargo build. Yeah, it is using the new name. And if we go back to the actions, build, publish, it is now running. And the build is good. Let's see how the upload works. Reaper Py demo crate, uploading, and it was successful. So if I go back to the profile and check, this is going to be the demo crate, and the test and the build is passing. And we have the documentation, the repository link. I think it's a pretty neat and straightforward process. However, I want to check something. So in the all workflows, the build and the publish run. Good. Let's see the code. So workflows build is the second one. It runs after test. And publish is going to run after build. That is also good. If you modify something, and we can now search for the Reaper Py demo crate. As you can see, the crate is there, but the documentation is not yet generated. It takes about 15 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour, but that's not the important thing. So if you want to publish a new version of this, then you would have to modify the cargo.toml file. Let's edit it. Version 1.1. and update the URL and commit the changes, and this should take care of triggering the actions, hopefully. So the test is running. Let's see if it completes. So test, compiling, and good. It was successful. Under the actions now, the build is running. It should also be successful. And once the build is complete, a new version should be published. And that was all I wanted to show you in this video. See you in the next one.